Hi friends, this is Deepak from Singapore. I forgot to bring my computer, so I'm using a borrowed computer, but thank God I have my phone so I can make notes. So today I want to share something with you which is, I think, very significant for our understanding of reality. Several years ago, I was at a conference with some scientists and mathematicians and cosmologists and astrophysicists and mathematicians, and we were discussing the nature of the universe. And there was one mathematician, physicist, I forget his name, from Russia, who said, "There is no universe. The universe is a human construct." Now, remember, this is many decades ago, before I really became interested in language models. And as you know, I'm doing a book right now on AI, which is a large language model, and will expand our understanding of so-called reality. But here's the gist of what I'm saying. Every word we use is a human construct for a mode of knowing and experience. Words are essentially labels and symbols we assign to categorize our perceptions, thoughts, and experiences of the world. They allow us to communicate, order, and make sense of the information we take in. For example, the word tree doesn't physically embody a tree. It's a construct we've agreed upon that represents a complex biological organism. The word allows us to think about and communicate regarding trees even when one isn't physically present. So it is narrative or stories or models that have created human civilization and differentiates us from other species. While other species uniquely communicate in their own species-specific language, they do not have the complex structure that we have. These narratives that we use transmit cultural knowledge, establish laws and social norms, and form collective identities and explain the world around us. The ability to cooperate on a large scale through shared narratives is a major reason for the success of human civilization. So when we describe the universe, we are describing the human knowing and experience of the universe. Our descriptions of the universe are inherently filtered through our human perception. Our senses, language, and scientific models are tools we've constructed to interpret reality. Even though science strives to minimize bias and build models for the universe that are as independent of human experience as possible, it is impossible. The very act of observation and framing scientific questions is influenced by a particular way of being in the world. So language also evolves and changes. What words mean and how they are combined into narratives shifts over time and across cultures. This reflects how our understanding of the world and ourselves evolves. Animals have communicative systems, but they do not possess the unique abilities of human language in terms of complexity, grammar, and abstract thoughts. So there are limits to our knowing that are dictated by the evolution of our nervous system, which is an instrument for observation. And even when we give names to other animals, we call this a giraffe, we call this a crocodile, alligator, bat, that's a human construct for that experience in non-local awareness. So if the universe is a human construct, then what is real? Real is the source of all constructs, the source of language, the source of perception, species-specific. And because consciousness is infinite, its modes of knowing and experience are also infinite. Now we are learning that as we expand our awareness, we see that the universe keeps expanding and there's more to it. 2 trillion galaxies, 706 billion stars, uncountable trillions of planets, possibly 60 billion just in the Milky Way galaxy. Therefore, What's real? Well, the you, that is the source of all constructs, is real. In other words, as I said in a previous book, you are the universe, and everything else is a human construct. It's the map of our experiences, and the map is not the territory, just like the menu is not the meal. If you want to know the true nature of the infinite universe, then you have to connect with your infinite self, which is spaceless, timeless, irreducible, fundamental, without cause, and ultimately incomprehensible, imperceivable, inconceivable, but yet the source of every conception, every perception, every imagination, every form of creativity. Without you, the real you, there is no universe. Without the real you, there is no universe.